Hi everybody, it's Margie from Bubbles and Fairy Tales, and I'm here with a quick update and my April book haul. First I want to say I'm a first-time aunt. My sister had baby Logan just 5 days ago, and he's adorable and so cute, and we love him so much already. Can't wait to see him again, probably this weekend. Um, my family and I also took a trip to the largest independent-owned bookstore here on Long Island called the Book Review. We bought a few books there, mostly for my kids, but I did manage to get 2 books in there for myself. And just, everyday family stuff that keeps you away from recording and reading and editing and so on. So I'm just going to jump into the April book haul. I got quite a few books to share, and let's get started. Early in the month I received a book from Macmillan, and it is Unremembered by Jessica Brody. The paperback is really nice. It's got that buttery kind of like feel to it. Unremembered has been optioned for film, so I am looking forward to hearing more about that and hopefully getting a cast put up soon. That means things are rolling along once that starts happening. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot about this one already. I believe it's a trilogy. The second book has been released already, and the third one I think is coming out later this year. This one's about a girl who's in an airplane accident, and they find her in the water, and she has amnesia and she can't remember anything from her past. I believe she has abilities. I'm not sure. I've heard things about this. I've heard it's good, but I don't know exactly what it's about. Only that the main character has amnesia, she doesn't remember anything, and of course there's a boy involved who claims that they're deeply in love and that he knows her and that he wants to help her, and she doesn't know if she can trust him. And I've seen this around so many times. I've been wanting to read it for so long, and I'm so happy that they sent me a copy to read and review soon. So thank you, Macmillan. And I received an adult book, paperback of The Idea of Him by Holly Peterson. This is from William Morrow, an imprint of HarperCollins. This is a book about a woman who believes that her world is perfect, that she has the perfect marriage, the perfect kids, the perfect house, the perfect job. Everything is just perfect until she catches her husband cheating, and then her world crumbles all around her, and she realized that she was just in love with the idea of him, the idea of all of the perfection that she surrounded herself with, and now she's just putting back the pieces and trying to live life as honestly as possible. So this really sounds really good to me because I have to admit, being an adult, it's hard to find books that aren't either A, trashy, or B, really, really depressing. Usually books that revolve around divorce and cheating and stuff are about revenge or, going off the deep end or something. This one sounds more positive, where she realizes that life isn't perfect and that it can't be perfect, and embracing what she has and what she has left and just putting the pieces back together to live a good life as well as she can. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm actually part of the blog tour that's going to be starting later on in May. Then I received another book from Macmillan, which I absolutely squealed about. This cover is actually amazing. It's called Mortal Danger by Anne Aguirre, and this book is being released in August of 2014. I haven't heard too much about it just yet. All I know is that the summary sounds amazing. It's about a girl who's picked on and bullied, and she makes a deal, I believe, with the devil or some form of shape of the devil, and gains the ability to pay back whoever bullied her. But then things get out of hand, and I believe someone dies. I'm not sure about that part, but the summary leads me to believe that things really get out of hand, and then she starts to think that maybe she went a little too far with everything. So it just sounds really good. It makes you think about how far will you actually go, for revenge and things like that. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from it. It's an actually pretty decent sized book too. It's like 370 pages, so I can't wait to read this. It sounds great. I can't wait to see the finished copy too, because this cover is really, really awesome. So a couple of weeks ago I mentioned on Twitter that I've been leaning into the new adult genre. I have read a handful of books so far, and I was looking for some recommendations, and someone recommended Easy by Tamara Weber, and my friend, book blogger Lisa of Disney World of Books had an extra copy, and she was so kind enough to send me her extra copy. So this is Easy from Tamara Weber. It's a new adult book. This book is actually an indie copy before it was actually published, and I actually saw it in Target the other day for like $12.99. So I'm so grateful for Lisa for sharing her extra indie copy with me so I can read it soon. Then I was able to purchase a few books from Target. The first one being The Giver by Lois Lowry. Yeah, I haven't read this one yet, sorry, but it never really piqued my interest until recently. I think a movie's going to be coming out in the next couple of months about it, and I didn't know this. I thought this was a standalone book, and it's actually part of a 4-book series. I'm not sure, 4, maybe 5. Definitely more than 3. I saw that. I saw that there was a box set or something there. I think it was like 4 books in it, but anyway, it sounds really great. I'm just now starting to really get into the whole fantasy and dystopian and really branching out from my fairy tales and contemporary that I've been really stuck up on. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I consider this a classic. I don't know if it actually is classified as a classic, but we'll see how it goes. It's super short, and hopefully it's something that my son can read too, considering that the main character in this book is only 12 years old. So I look forward to it. If you guys have any other recommendations as far as this goes, just let me know. Also in Target, I picked up the 5th book to the Mortal Instruments series, City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. I just finished the 4th book, and oh my god, I don't know what took me so long to finally hop on this series. I tend to shy away from anything that's overly hyped. I always feel like, I'm gonna probably hate it or like it just because everybody else likes it. So I tend to shy away from anything that's overly hyped, like Divergent. Yes, I'm sorry, I still haven't read that trilogy. And I don't think I ever will. But I finally got on this. My sister was yelling and screaming at me for it, especially when she found out that I watched the movie and didn't read the book first. That was the first movie that I ever watched before reading the book. And I actually liked the movie, and I think I liked the movie because I didn't read the book. Because after reading the first book and thinking back to the movie, then I kind of like, okay, yeah. So sometimes it pays to see the movie first before reading the book. Watching City of Bones really intrigued my interest. It put so many questions in my mind, like the who and the what and when and all the characters, and I absolutely loved Magnus Bane. And I liked Jace, but I like Jace in the books even more now. I liked Clary, but I like her even more. I liked all the characters even more in the book. Except for Alec. I'm still iffy about him. So I'm hoping to see more of him in here because to me I always found him just like, kind of annoying. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, so I'm excited to read the 5th book because the 6th book is coming out next month, May, right? And Mundie Mom's blog is doing a read-along where we read like a chapter a day leading up to the release of the 6th book. And then when that book comes out, and just jump right into that. So I can't wait to get started on this next month. Earlier I mentioned that we took a trip out to the book review out in Huntington on Long Island, and I was able to get 2 books while there. The first one is Spellcaster by Claudia Gray. This one was actually half price, so that was really great and in perfect condition. And I started reading this book. I think I read like the first 5 chapters because it was for free somewhere, and it was really, really intriguing. I'm hoping to read the rest soon, and I think book 2 just came out, so I hope I can grab that one soon too. And while I was there, my boys treated me to All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. The cover is just absolutely amazing. I love the way the font is written like as though it was written with a Sharpie, and it wraps around all the way around. And of course, the book has to be this gorgeous pink. I love pink. And, well, my boys knew that I had to have my pink book. Sounds like a great contemporary. I'm hearing amazing things about this and all over the place, on Twitter, on BookTube, on blogs, everywhere. So I hope I can find the time to read this one really soon because it just looks cute. And I thought it was a standalone, but I just learned that it's actually a duology. Book 2 is coming out next year. So I did some trades also this month. I'm kind of sort of on a book buying ban, so I can buy a book here too. The most I can buy is probably like 2 books a month. So what I've done is, with my change jar, I've been doing some trades, and with my change jar I pay for the shipping, and people get books that they want to read and I get books that I want to read in return. So trading books with people that you can trust, I use the YA Book Exchange. It's this really great site. I've made like about 30 exchanges in the last like year and a half since the site started, so I trust them really good. They tend to weed out the bad guys that try to get books without actually trading. So far so good. I've had really good luck with. So this came through that site, and the person I trade with is her name is Brandy, and her blog is A Little Book Life. And the first book that she sent me is Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly. This is about mermaids, and that's all I needed to know, really, because it's been so long since I've read a really good mermaid book. So I'm really looking forward to it. My expectations of mermaid books are always super high. I don't know why, but I always expect a lot more than what I get. So I'm hoping this one really lives up to the hype. Then the other book that she sent me is The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson, and this book comes out in July. And this is actually the ARC, or the art copy, and the cover of the art copy is really pretty. But the actual book cover, I believe, is going to look like this, which is absolutely stunning, so I cannot wait to get a finished copy of it. She was kind enough to share with me even the promo stuff that came up with it. And I don't know much about this. All I know is that it's already been optioned for film, and that Emma Watson is going to be the main character. And it says a young woman, a kingdom, an evil enemy, a birthright foretold. So I'm really looking forward to this. Oh, it's such a pretty. It's got that buttery feeling and that soft color kind of feeling. I just love it. So I really can't wait to see how that finished copy is going to look. So I made a second trade too with Mora from the Whimsical Mama. We traded over Twitter, and I sent her 2 books, and she was kind enough to send me 3 in return. The first 2 books are from the Violet Eden Chronicles, and that's written by Jessica Sherrington. The first one is Embrace, and the second one's Entice. I think this series is also known as the Embrace series. Oh my god, there's no competition with the baby today, seriously. Real quick, if you used to watch my videos before baby, I was competing with a bird. Now, my bird, we still have him, but he's in a different part of the house, far away, and he won't be heard in videos anymore. But now I have to compete with my almost 6-month-old. So bear with me. So this series is about angels, and the main character, she kicks ass. Yes, there's a bit of a love triangle, but it is the most well-written love triangle I have ever read in my entire life. If I ever had to pick a love triangle, top, this is it right here. Nothing compared to Twilight or any, no. I mean, I love Twilight, don't get me wrong, it's what got me into YA. Whole nother discussion, but if you don't like love triangles, I'm serious. This one is one that can be tolerated and that you're actually going to like. This is the first 2 books in the series. The other 2 books are out. The 5th one is being released in May. I've read the first 4, but I want physical copies now because they're all on my Kindle, and they're just such beautiful covers. I'm serious. And the 3rd and the 4th, and especially the 5th book, I really think the 5th book is my favorite cover out of all. I cannot wait. So I want to get physical copies in time for the 5th one because I want to be able to read all of them in paperback because I can't find them in hardback, and I need them. They're one of my most favorite angel stories in the world. I love them. I need them all. And the last book that she sent me is called The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. It's a beautiful hardback. I usually don't like these kind of covers, but it looks really, really nice. And I'm just now reaching into dystopian, and I have to say I tiptoe in that, because a lot of dystopian books, they touch upon such realistic things that boggle my mind, that really get to me, that give me nightmares. And yeah, even though as an old lady I shouldn't have these type of nightmares, but when you have kids and stuff, things kind of change, you know, you think the worst. So the 5th wave, I'm kind of assuming 4 waves kind of came by already and washed things away, and only the most fittest ones survive. Yeah, I'm going to have to tread carefully when I read this one, and I believe there's a 2nd book coming out, if it didn't come out already. I'm not sure. I don't know much else about this. All I know is that I've heard great things about the author, mostly. So, if you know anything else about this, anything about the 2nd book, I don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or what. Well, the 2nd book called The 6th Wave? I don't know. But sounds great. Let me know if you've read it, what you think, and share with me. Okay, so this is what I got for April. Like I said before, I'm kind of sort of on the book buying band. I only buy books if they're like really super cheap, or book trades and things like that at the moment. I have some tags coming up, and hopefully my first review video coming up within the next 2 weeks or so, and I hope you guys stick around and bear with me with my erratic schedule until I get things on track. Like I said, it's kind of hard to compete with the little one. Alright guys, I hope you're having a great time reading, and I'll see you later.